What is going on, guys? It is Tommy here with Alex Betancourt. Alex, did I pronounce your name right?
Betancourt, yes, sir.
I got it. All right, good. It wasn't a hard one, but I got worried because I just said it without talking to you first. So, Alex is with Zomo. Alex, who exactly are you in terms of Zomo? What's your role there?
Just to let you know, I'm basically the marketing director for the U.S. market. I'm basically in charge of marketing across the United States. And, I've been here since, end of last year.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just the U.S. marketing.
Exactly.
Gotcha. And when did you first start smoking hookah?
Wow, first started smoking hookah probably maybe over 10 years ago. Of course, it wasn't to the level that I'm doing it now.
Right.
It was something that was introduced at a small little Egyptian hookah lounge, and then from there, culture based for a lot of people that don't know, in the New York market, a lot of the people that smoke hookah is Spanish people,
Mm-hmm.
Latins, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, etc. So, I was basically smoking, mint for a long time. Straight out of my cage hookah. This is what was in lounges, in Spanish lounges, Latin clubs, and things like that. And then it got elevated from there. Got introduced to Zomo, and we took it from there. But yes, it's been pretty much over 10 years.
Gotcha. So, you weren't really involved in any of the enthusiast groups or anything like that, like the Facebook groups, any of the online communities. You weren't really a part of that. You would just go to local places and smoke.
Exactly. I was introduced to the hookah groups, the enthusiast market, probably March of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys welcomed me with open arms. So of course started with Crank. He's the one that basically introduced me to everybody, and it's been a great experience since then. You know what I mean? We've just been taking it up level by level every single day.
Absolutely. Now, as far as Zomo as the company, how long has Zomo been around?
The company itself has been over, in general, internationally, we've been around pretty much over about 5 years plus. And then, they branched off to the European market, then United States market, and, we're working on Russia right now.
And did Zomo start in South America? Was that the...
Yeah, it started off in Brazil.
Okay.
We're one of the biggest brands in the Brazilian market. And they made a big hit. It picked up, very, very big. And the company got to a level where it said they felt like they need to start expanding to different markets to widen its audience. And they chose Europe, United States, and now Russia.
Right. And I remember when Zomo first came to the U.S. market. And I know since then you've had a reboot of your flavors and a retooling of your flavors. But initially it was very, very, very menthol heavy, and that's what they like in Brazil, right?
Yeah, because Brazil is a very, very hot country. So menthol gives you that cooling effect, that cooling sensation, and out there they love that stuff. So when it came to United States, or when initially launched in the United States, people wasn't so receptive of it because it was so menthol heavy, but with the model of this company it's really paying attention to details. And once we decided to relaunch here in the United States, we listened to what everyone had to say, and we made the adjustments that we had to do. And now we're still in the developing process. We're not ones to settle. We're not ones to say, oh no, we don't care what you got to say. We're ones that we're going to listen to everyone, and we try to make everyone happy. Unfortunately, it's not possible to make everyone happy.
Right.
Our goal is to make everyone happy.
Right. So, as far as with that being said, as you're working on the process of retooling new flavors, I know you kind of touched on it. You said that you guys are currently working on still retooling some of the flavoring that we currently have.
Definitely. We're actually in the process of doing that right now as we speak.
Very cool. Now, with all that being said, will there be any sort of announcement? Will people know, hey, flavors X, Y, and Z have now been redone? Are we gonna know which ones?
Yeah, definitely. Because as you're aware, and pretty much a lot of people are aware, is that we have a very strong marketing strategies, a very strong marketing department. So with that, is not hard for us to make the announcements. It's not hard for us to, basically educate the consumer and say, listen, we paid attention to you guys. We made the adjustments that we need to make, and even if we can't make the adjustments, let's say, we feel like, oh, you know what, we let's keep it the way it is. We let you guys know and let you guys know why is that decision being made. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to mess up anything either. You know what I mean? If it's
Absolutely.
if it's working in certain markets and it's not working in others, we got to find its medium. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think it's great that you guys do that. It's one of the things that really attracted me to Zomo, to working with you guys, as far as like we did an event together, and we've worked together on other things.
Yeah.
You guys really did listen to the community. I mean, because I remember when it first hit the market. I mean, there was lots of marketing and there was lots of people getting samples and all that stuff, and a lot of people were not loving it. And the enthusiast market is kind of funny because, I mean, I don't know how many of the viewers out there are aware, but I'm very aware of it. Me and Frank talk about it. Like, we're a really small niche in the whole hookah consumer world.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
having a brand that's, wants to be and is a big brand, is an international brand. It's not just a very small startup that's really just trying to sell to us. Listening to the enthusiast market, it's really refreshing for us, because I don't know that, every company out there necessarily cares so much about the, 5 to 10,000 active users on Facebook that are really going to be the ones giving you the most feedback.
Exactly. But besides that, like, you start off, you got to start from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, any company that's looking for long term has to understand that, you got to start from your foundation. And even if you're targeting outside the enthusiast market, it's not only just it's not about the money. You understand? It's about brand. So when you're building a brand, you have to educate people. So even if it's outside the enthusiast market, we try to educate them and try to make them understand and look at it from our perspective and from the enthusiast perspective. So it's something that we're working towards every single day. Because there's a lot of people that come to us, especially at our tasting events. That we're very strong in doing a lot of events, and they come to the events and they just like, it was like, wow, I never tasted so many different flavors, because they're so accustomed to smoking maybe mint or double apple or grape or whatever case might be, right? And even to the hookah itself, the actual pipe, they'll come and people come up to us and be like, yo, I'll buy that pipe from you right here on the table. I'm like, bro, it's only for the events, and it's been used 20 million times. Like, I don't think you should spend your money like that. But if you're interested, I'll now I'll turn them around and be like, yo, why don't you go to, like, a 5 star or Hookah Junkie or Hookah John, whatever, to go purchase a pipe, that's a little bit more expensive and worthwhile purchasing. You know what I mean? So you're introducing something new to the market, which they're not aware of.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, it's one of the things that I find extremely refreshing about the brand is that you guys look to do that and genuinely care about putting out a good product, as opposed to necessarily just something that all the loungers are going to buy.
Yeah, definitely. We cater to the actual buyer. Yeah, of course we love doing business with the hookah lounges. We love doing business with, the actual smoke shops and the distributors and so forth. But at the end of the day, if you don't actually make the actual end consumer happy, you can sell all you want to these smoke shops and hookah lounges, but it's not going to make a difference. It's a here today, gone by tomorrow type of situation. So if you making the consumer happy, but you have a long shot of building a brand.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more on that. Now, the tobacco itself that you guys use, where's the tobacco sourced from? Do you know?
Not really too sure, but and it's something that the company doesn't really disclose. They choose not to disclose that, for whatever apparent reasons. Something that I've asked numerous times, but something that say, listen, this is stuff that have closed doors in our manufacturing for people in our manufacturers in Paraguay. Actually, Zomo's manufactures in Paraguay.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as Zomo America, how many flavors do we currently have on the market?
Currently, we have 22 flavors. We, if some people recall, we launched with 40 flavors back in March. Then a month or two later, we decided to release two more flavors, which was Bahama Twist and Exotic Bombay. And Bahama Twist was actually before we even launched to even announce that we had the flavor, it was selling off our racks. Like it was selling out this warehouse like crazy, and it's actually one of our top sellers.
And that's the blueberry mint. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's a blueberry with lemongrass and mint.
Yeah, it's a real nice flavor. It's a real nice
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah, actually, I just finished the last of mine. I'm smoking some Dragon Ball right now.
Oh man, I love Dragon. That's actually my personal favorite. Yeah, man. So Dragon Ball is definitely right now. I'm smoking some water lemon.
I was about to say water lemon. I think is my personal favorite. I ran out of that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm actually smoking water lemon right now. We're doing a little testing right now, but it's great.
That's great. Now another thing I wanted to touch on. You guys recently released the Zomo Strong Foil.
Yeah, definitely.
What can you tell us about that?
All right, so the strong foil, how it all came about, it initially launched in Brazil, and out there, the competition on strong foil was like something big. So they created it. They created their first batch. It was really good. They felt that they can do better, so they tweaked it. And when they tweaked it, I got a sample of it. I forgot where I got the sample from, but it was at a specific event that USA team and Brazil team connected with each other, and they was just like, "Yo, try this out. Tell me what you think." Matter of fact, it was for HEW
Okay.
side, and I was just like, "Yo, I love it. Like, we need to bring this to the market." And we did a testing here in the U.S. market. We went to different smoke shops. We started looking at all the different foils that was available in every smoke shop. Of course, it was very thin. Some of them were pre-punched. Some of them were to a level where if you have a bigger bowl, it didn't fit. If the bowl was too small, the pre-pokes was way too way too big. So I was just like, you know what? I think if we introduce this to the market, it'll be amazing because one is stronger than anything on the market, and besides that, it being pre-cut, it gives the actual user the opportunity to say, well, if I have a bigger bowl, I can use it. If I have a smaller bowl, I can use it, and it's not pre-poked, so it allows you to use any bowl you want, or if you want to make bigger holes on your poke, or you want to make smaller poke, to make smaller holes, it's solely up to you. You know what I mean? You're able to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. So I got some, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with it. When I first saw it, I kind of rolled my eyes about it because every other brand's that has come out with any prepackaged specifically for hookah foil, to me Reynolds HD has always been better. This stuff is great. It's really really thick, and like you said, they come in 50 sheets. It's 50 comes in a pack, right?
Yeah, 50 in a pack. Yeah.
So 50 in a pack. It's like, was it $4 or $5?
Yeah, approximately $4 or $5 in the market. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's $4 or $5 and like 50 in a pack. And like I said, you definitely only need to use one. They're very, very thick. It's thicker than your average Reynolds HD, which I usually would double up. And the sheets are big enough to cover any bowl that I use. I mean, I haven't had an issue. I think you guys really knocked it out of the park with that, and especially at the price point, because it's one of those things. It's like, I don't really need specifically foil for tobacco, but for the money, for 50, it's cheap.
Yeah, definitely, and it's something that as to us is like getting people to talk, even to the people that are Zomo lovers and some people that are doubters. We got them, even to the doubters, they convinced. You know what I mean? And even if they don't want to buy it, they know that it exists and they know that it's quality.
It's a good product. You guys did a really good job with that. Are there any new Zomo flavors that are going to be coming out soon?
Yeah, we actually working on that right now. We're trying to wrap up the year, but we're actually working on what flavors we're going to bring to the 2020 market, 2020 year, and we're just like really trying to figure it out. And we just been going back and forth, testing different flavors, testing to see which ones the market would actually be open to accept. and we definitely got something in the lineup. We're opening up the arsenal.
Great, great. Anything you can tease? Anything you can tell me?
Um, wow. Trying to think. For sure that I really, 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 really want to bring out pistachio.
Pistachio.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was never one of pistachio smoker. That was not one of flavor that I normally smoke from other brands either. So when I tested it out, I was like, wow, this tastes amazing, and I was like, yo, we have to do it. So we're in the talks about it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's gonna be 100% for sure, but it's something that I'm gunning for.
But that's what you want to see.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Yeah, I definitely would love to see that.
That's
Just
cool.
because I became to like love the flavor.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
besides Zomo, Alex, what other brands do you smoke?
Me personally, what I smoke, honestly, my favorite right now that I smoke besides Zomo is Trifecta. That's something that I've been smoking, um, and I got introduced to it more when I went to Chicago to go meet up with Nino and those guys over there at the Chicago meetup, and I was like, wow. Even though I had Trifecta before that, it like I smoked it and I was just like, oh, it's pretty good. But like once again, I'm so busy. Like my schedule is so busy from the time that I wake up to the time I go to sleep that I don't really get to like smoke as much as I want to. But when I went to the meetup and I sat there and I actually was tasting different trifecta flavors, I was like, wow, I really appreciate this. Like this is really good. So that's really what I'm smoking right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like trifectas. Do you smoke the blonde or the dark?
Blah. But when I was in Chicago, I was smoking dark.
Yeah, I mostly smoke the dark. Pretty much
Yeah.
only get the dark.
Yeah.
Now you guys, as far as Zomo goes, you guys have any dark leaf on the U.S. side?
So we have strong mint and we have strong red, which is like a strawberry flavor.
Okay.
We didn't focus on the strong flavors and dark leaf flavors, only for simple reasons that, as some people might know, we launched when we relaunched on the East Coast.
Right.
Initially, it was in the West Coast, and we said, okay, the East Coast market, they're more accepting of the blonde leaf tobacco than dark leaf. So we was just like, yo, let's focus on the blonde leaf. Let's make this a big bang. That's why we released 40 flavors off the jump. We didn't introduce with like 5, 6 flavors. We did 40 flavors right off the jump, and then hopefully down the line we can work towards dark leaf. But it's something that it'll be probably long term, not anytime soon.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, it's something personally I would love to see because I'm mostly a dark leaf smoker.
Yeah, yeah.
So having some of your flavors in a dark leaf would be very very pleasant for me. But
Yeah. Well, the company itself does have dark leaf flavors. In Brazil, we have some, and in Europe, they have some. But I know for sure now that they're tapping into the Russian market. I think that's something we might focus on. Maybe
right.
2 or 3 quarters from now, or maybe another year from now, we maybe say, you know what, let's focus on the dark leaf stuff.
Okay. I mean, that just about sums up everything that I wanted to touch on. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention or go over before we sign out here?
Yo, talk to me about this New York Gala, man. What we doing?
We can't discuss any specifics yet, buddy. We can't discuss any specifics yet.
I just had to put you on the spot.
I know you're getting me back because I asked you about flavors.
But I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
Last year was, this year was actually an amazing event, man. It was so great seeing everyone, face to face, meeting new faces, and really just connecting with the people and just hearing what people had to say, and just really elevating because as I tell everyone, bro, we're just elevating every single day. We're doing it on a humble approach. We love everyone because people that think that they don't, we don't love everyone. We love everyone, bro. You know what I mean? So from the hook enthusiasts to other brands, like we show love to everyone. You know what I mean? So we're looking to like really, really get to that level where hopefully, New York Gala could be something that it will be much bigger than what it is now, and I'm looking to hopefully one day there'd be 500, 600,000 people at the New York Gala. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's again. I mean, that's we're talking ways off, but that's definitely a goal for us is just to try to keep growing it so that it can become a bigger and bigger and bigger event. But I thought I agree with you. I think it went very very well. It was really a fun time. It was great having you guys there.
yeah, definitely. And you guys, you and Frank already know that you guys have our support. My background comes from events and nightlife and stuff like that. So, I'm a phone call away. So that's really it right there. So you guys want to do anything? You guys have anything in mind, or if you need some input of what I might have in mind, I have no problem sharing and helping you guys build.
Absolutely, and we will definitely be in touch about that. As far as to sign off, guys, if you haven't tried any of the new Zomo, make sure you get some. If you haven't had Zomo in the last year or so, it's different. It's different than what it was. So if you got to send a sample, from a vendor or something like that a couple years ago, and you think that's all it is, that's really not. That's really not what it is. And they're continuously working on making themselves better, which is always good.
Definitely, man. It's amazing the feedback that we're getting from so many different flavors. Because once again, we have 42 different flavors, and in I know for certain brands and things of that nature, you have like your five key flavors or six flavors that really hit. But right now, the way we look at our numbers is like we have like 20 flavors that's like selling off the shelf. So we're so appreciative of that, and we're so happy that we can actually provide something to the market where people are accepting it and happy about it.
Absolutely. Now, Alex, what should people like or follow to get the latest updates on Zomo America?
Definitely, man. They got to follow Zomo America on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just follow us. We're always announcing different things. We're always announcing our events. Um, right now, we have just to name certain distributions. We have distribution in Northern California, small distribution in Southern California. We also have Las Vegas, which is a big hit for us. We're working on the southern states, and we have of course New Jersey and New York because that's our home. That's our hometown. But we're working on reaching out to the whole entire country. But it's a process. It's not something that we can snap our fingers and reach everyone so instantly. But yeah, just follow us on Zomo America, and you get in tune with everything that we're doing.
Okay, absolutely. Sounds good. Alex, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time to do the interview with me.
Definitely, my brother. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and let's keep on rocking. Let's keep on smoking.
Awesome. Sounds good. Take it easy, guys, and I guess back to you, Frank and Tommy.
Definitely. Ace.